So I'm getting ready to go see Endgame, you know, just getting dressed and such. And Bindi keeps sitting here crying and barking because she thinks it's about her. It's not about you, ma'am. I don't only put on pants solely for you. All right, y'all, we are pulling into the theater. It's packed, but who's surprised? Everyone's here for one movie, and if you're not here for that movie, then I don't know what the hell you're doing. This is my face. I'm in my jacket, my Captain Marvel jacket. Is it a look? Am I ready to slay Thanos? Let me know. So I'm going in, and I'll see y'all on the other side. I'm being so dramatic, like Captain Marvel's gonna be fine, so I'm fine. See you in 3 hours, good God. Oh my God, do I have food on my, we're gonna ignore that. So as you can see, I am home now and I made it out of Endgame. I definitely cried, had some emotional moments, but I have to be honest, y'all, I didn't love it like as much as other people seem to. I feel like everyone's giving it just like the most raved reviews ever, and I just felt, I don't know if I would say let down, but I wouldn't say it quite met my expectations. It was good, it just wasn't great. I'm still here. I still love Captain Marvel with my whole heart. Scarlet Witch, my other bitch, literally the entire nation of Wakanda. Those my hoes. I would die for all of them. Speaking of not America, Captain Marvel. When I was getting my drink, I ordered a large and they were like, okay, so for the large we have regular, or you can get one of these cups. And so you could pick between having all the Avengers on them or Thanos. Who the fuck is gonna pick Thanos? And then they had a bunch of different little Avenger toppers that you can pick to go on top. They had Captain Marvel, so I got her. So look at that. Look at her. Look at her. I don't think she quite looks like Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, etc. Her face is a little like, I don't know, but we stand. So one of my favorite stores to go to is Shopko. It's like a low-key Target, but our location is closing, so everything's on major sale. I just wanted to take some footage, you know, for the memes. We gon' miss you, Shopko. You've always been good to us. So today is the third and last day that my niece here is babysitting, not babysitting, but like coming over and to feed this cat. And here we have, you're so little. How did you knock over this whole garbage? Meow. That's what you have to say for yourself? Hi, baby. Oh, you gonna sniff my, oh, he's rubbing his face on the camera. You're so cute. I want a cat so bad. Oh, he wants to play with the string. This is so precious. Miss Bindi, did you make a cocoon out of stuffed animals?
Yes, because I had SpongeBob on there, and she moved Scooby over and moved SpongeBob over.
Is this your nest of stuffed animals?
And she made like a little, like, hole surrounded by freaking stuffed animals.
If you watched my last vlog, you know that I'm currently in the middle of 2 books, All the Light We Cannot See and Nice Try Jane Sinner. I haven't made any progress with All the Light We Cannot See, but I have gotten to page 250 of Jane Sinner. This is a book about a girl who finds herself enrolling in community college after she is unable to catch up with her high school courses in time to graduate due to an event that happened in her life. I feel like I want to tell you what the event is, even though you don't learn about it until a good chunk of the way in. So if you don't want to know, I guess I'll skip to this or whatever. But it is something that could be triggering to people. I feel like I should just say it because it's really not that big of a deal, I think, if I had gone in knowing it. Basically, she attempted suicide and obviously was thankfully not successful, and this just caused a lot of grief for her. And so, like I said, drops out of high school, enrolls in community college. So when she's getting some information for community college, she finds this flyer for a project called House of Orange that the film students are putting on. It's like a Big Brother-esque reality TV show, but like college kids, you know, like low-key, low budget. I've really been enjoying it so far, more than I thought that I would. I really only picked up this book because it had that like reality show Big Brother aspect. The one thing I did say in my previous vlog was that the writing style, I'm not entirely in love with it. I don't hate it, but it's entirely told through her journal entries. I feel like we mostly get, I don't want to say surface level Jane, but because we're just reading what she is writing, I feel like we're missing out on certain things. Like, I don't even know if there was a description of what she looks like, because through this whole book I've been sitting here like, what is she supposed to look like? So I'm pretty sure there wasn't, unless I just accidentally missed it. I really don't know certain details about Jane, because we are limited to our journal entries. They do, however, make the book read really fast because whenever there's a conversation, there's no like speaker tags or anything or descriptions. Basically, it's just like the person's name and then their text. So like I said, on one hand, it makes it like a super quick book to fly through, and we are getting to see Jane's sense of humor and her kind of sarcastic, cynical perspective on things, and it's just, her voice is very strong. It's just the rest, I feel like there's more to be desired. I feel like I want to know more about her. I just want to know what she looks like. Maybe I missed it, and if you've read this book and you're like, she looks like this, please tell me. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. I don't know how far. I mean, I know how far. Okay, I'm definitely over halfway, so that's fun. I thought of doing this update because I wanted to say something else, but then I realized I hadn't introduced the book I was reading in this vlog, so there we are. Also, I think I just filmed that whole clip slightly zoomed in. I was wondering why my face looked bigger. But anyway, the reason I wanted to come on here was because it's very surreal reading about this reality TV show, Big Brother-esque thing in a book, and then going on to watch Big Brother Canada. Like I said, I'm Big Brother trash. So yes, I do watch the Canadian version of the show as well as the US. Typically, Canada is better, but this season, it's testing my patience. I am not a fan, but I always see it through to the end. Typically. We'll see. Big Brother, honestly, I'm a stan, but it hasn't been that great lately. We haven't had a really iconic season lately. Last season was close, like the Hive, loved them, but we all know their tragic fates. I'm gonna stop talking about this because I don't think that many people watch Big Brother. I've met a few people in the book community that do. I know Sam does, Jake does. Jake was watching Big Brother Canada with me because I convinced him. I convinced him to start because like the cast was so diverse and I was just like so excited for it at the beginning of the season. And then yikes. I think he's tapped out. I need to text him about it and be like, you still watching? Because if not, I'm here to complain. Let's just remember she's already watched the show.
I'm so sad. I'm happy.
Hello. So it's been a minute since I just like sat here and talked to the camera. I actually ended up finishing Nice Try Jane Sinner like 3 days ago. I finished it Saturday night. Now it's Tuesday night, but we just crossed into Wednesday because it's 12:01. But basically didn't have a very good weekend health-wise. Mentally, this thing, everything. I ran out of one of my medications on Saturday and it didn't have any refills, so I couldn't get it refilled until Monday. So Sunday was a really, really bad day because I didn't get any sleep. I was in a really horrible mood. I was cranky and sleepy and super hot and just very, very depressed. So I guess, I don't know, trigger warning for talking about depression here. Thankfully, nothing on Game of Thrones was too sad that night because I literally had no tears. Like the energy, I don't know what I'm trying to say by talking about it, but I'm on a lot of different medications. They're all supposed to kind of help with my face. At least they were recommended to me by the Mayo Clinic doctor when I went there. I don't find that any of them take away the problem, but I think I did realize that at least one of the medications does manage other things, I guess. Like I was extra bad in just so many different ways and just in a very, very bad headspace where I was just like, I really wish I wasn't existing right now, which is not a fun thought, but it happens sometimes. So it's just a reminder to, if you're on medication, take your medication. If you're not on medication and you feel some type of way about it, I recommend trying it out because I really do think it could help, because I literally felt the difference this weekend. I felt how horrible I was without it and then how much more normal I felt having it. So Monday was like a day of recovery. Tuesday was good. We had a good day Tuesday. All is well. Which means I'm finally gonna talk about finishing this book. I ended up enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. I find that YA contemporaries for me are very hit or miss, and a lot of them most of the time have been misses as of late, which is why I've just kind of stopped reading it. I found Jane to be a very relatable character. I wouldn't say so much that it focuses on her mental health, but it definitely is a big aspect. And this book really captured the sort of depression humor, you know, like the sort of self-deprecating sort of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just depression humor, which sounds fucking depressing, but I think most of you will understand like what I'm saying when I say that. I really liked the TV show, reality TV show by college students, but still very cool aspect of it. And I loved how all these different characters fit in, and just like the idea of having a second chance. Like, I think it really paints community college in a great way, because for many people it is a second chance, it's a first chance, it's not something to be ashamed of, even though people will like try to make you feel ashamed of it. I think there's just like an overall negative opinion, I guess, surrounding community college, like as if it's not better or some bullshit. You know how people are, elitist. I also really loved how this talked about religion and sort of feeling different from your family. You know, maybe they believe in God, maybe you don't, and how that affects you, especially when your family is super religious, and the sort of effect that has on your conscience and just the way that you view religion in general and people in the world. I thought it was just really good. The one thing that kept this from being like a 5-star is the writing style, which part of me loves it because it was so easy to fly through this book. But as much as I enjoyed how fast it made the plot, I will say that there was sort of a distance because we were only reading what Jane was writing in her journal. So that's why I didn't give this 5 stars, but 4 stars is obviously still a great rating, and I still really enjoyed this. And if it sounds at all interesting to you, I would highly recommend, because if anything, it's really easy to fly through. And I just thought it was such a unique book. Like, I liked YA in college kind of setting. Would recommend. And I will definitely check out this author's other work. I think this is her debut, and I don't think there's anything else yet. I'll definitely be looking into it because it was good. Good shit. The other book that I have been listening to on audio is All the Light We Cannot See. Now, I'm gonna be real, I'm like maybe halfway through, maybe a little under. Not really enjoying it, which I feel like is an unpopular opinion because so many people rave about this. It like is a Pulitzer Prize winner, but I don't know. I'm not really getting into it. I'm not really feeling attached to the characters. I'm just kind of bored. I don't know if it's me and just not, this isn't like the good time for me to be reading this. I'm just not in the mood for historical fiction. It's not bad. I think the writing is pretty good. I think I'm a little struggling paying attention to it completely. Maybe I should be reading it physically, but like I have no motivation to pick it up, so I would have to do the audio, and I don't know, we'll see. I hope that it gets better because I don't want to like DNF it. I do want to get through it, and I don't want to put it down and like pick it up at some later time because I've already read so much of it. Also, tonight I finished the last 3 episodes of Haunting of Hill House with Whitney. You saw her sobbing. It's a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I don't think I love it as much as Whitney does, because apparently if it's not your new favorite show of all time, it's not enough. But no, it was really good, and I survived. My wimpy ass survived, y'all. And I will say I think it's not so much scary as it is unsettling, and there's definitely points that like are scary. I think watching it with a friend really helped, and watching it with someone that had watched it so they could be like, jump scare here, or you know, whatever. Normally paranormal stuff like gets to me, but I think this is kind of different because of the way that it's told. So if you're a wimp, if you're a weenie, grab a friend, maybe you can handle it, because I survived. Keep on surviving. I don't think the camera can even pick up how gorgeous the sky is right now, but it is so pretty. It is so bright. There's cloud coverage up here, so I think everything here is just crazy bright and beautiful. Oh, it's so glorious. Do you see that? Oh, the bench looks real crusty. What is my hair right now? I don't even know. Hello, friends. So yesterday I finished All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I don't know if I've said what this book is about yet in this vlog, so I'll say it right now. This is a World War II novel that follows a young blind girl in France and a young boy in Germany. And so the story basically goes back and forth telling their stories to the point where they eventually cross paths. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the most popular opinion for this book because most people love it. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I really enjoyed the last quarter of this. I think the way things come together was really well done, and I think by the last half or so of this I started to care more about the characters, but the first half was just very slow to me, or maybe not slow, it just didn't pull me into the story. I didn't really feel myself wanting wanting to pick this up. I didn't feel a connection to the characters. It just felt like a very basic World War II novel kind of thing for the majority of the book. I don't know if part of it was timing, like just not being a good time for me to read this. I also listened to the audiobook, which is honestly how I listen to most of my historical fiction, so I don't see why that would ruin it, but I don't know. Definitely wasn't bad, but it just did not connect with me in the way that it seems to connect with most people. I really did love how quick the chapters felt. So in that sense, it definitely moves fast, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't really pull me in, and maybe the fastness is a reason because we don't spend a whole lot with each character at one time. I don't know, like I said, I honestly don't know what it is that didn't connect with me. It wasn't bad, wasn't great, 3 stars. I want to show what I just got in the mail because I think it's going to be so funny. This box is so large, but it's the lightest thing ever because there's basically a stuffed animal in it. If you're new here, then you probably don't know that I would do anything for my dog. My baby Bindi, I'm sure she'll pop up in this vlog somewhere if she hasn't already. And it is her birthday this month on the 13th. And her favorite toy in the whole wide world is her Lammies. She has had many of these because she just tears them up. And something I realized when I was researching her present is that this appears to be a lot of dogs' favorite toys, and they all just tear them the heck up, but their owners keep buying them more, or in some cases stitching them. I think this hole was stitched at one time, but then she opened it up again. Basically, this little lamb is her thing. And when I was on Facebook the other day, I saw a video of this tiny dog getting this like jumbo sized lamb, and I was like, I need to get one for Bindi. So I did. This thing is so big. This is like a normal toy for like a human. Can we just see the difference in the size of the lambs? This toy is gonna be like the size of Bindi almost. I cannot wait to give this to her. I think she's gonna freaking love it. Hopefully it takes her time before she completely tears it up. Oh, it's so soft. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna like hide this in my closet. When I give this to her, I will definitely vlog it. I don't think that will be in this vlog because her birthday is not until the 13th, like I said. And speaking of Bindi's birthday, I am going to go make some cupcakes, or pupcakes as the recipe calls them, because I have this recipe and I want to see if Bindi likes it. So I'm gonna make like a test run, have her try it. If she likes it, great, I'll make it for her birthday. Let's go make some pupcakes. Bindi really liked the cupcake, but because she's the biggest diva in the world, she refused to eat it in front of me because she knew that I made it for her and I wanted her to eat it. In case you were wondering how much of a diva my dog is. She's that petty. Did you want something? Can we just talk about how they have Romeo and Juliet? I'm talking to my camera. So rude. Anyway, can you believe that they have Romeo and Juliet Pop Funkos? Only at Target.
Nothing you can say or do for me. You'll never change for no one. I hear your reasons why. Where did you sleep last night? Was she worth it? Was she worth it? I'm strong enough to live without you. Strong enough, I quit crying long enough. Now I'm strong enough to know you gotta go.
So for the past couple days, I have been reading The Right Swipe by Alicia Ray, I believe the author is. I have an e-arc of this. This book follows a woman named Rhiannon, and she is like the CEO creator of this dating app called Crush. At the beginning of the book, we see her go to this conference. She is there because she is interested in buying another online dating website called Matchmaker, I believe. It's a little more old-fashioned. That's what it brands itself as because it's not an app. It's just an online thing, you know, OkCupid good, Match.com, whatever, things like that. And so she is looking to buy it, so she goes to this conference ready to just sneak in, try to do some slash stuff. But instead of seeing the owner there, she ends up running into this man that she had a little one-night stand with, which was supposed to become a two-night stand, but he ghosted her. And so the book goes back and forth with a chapter from Rhiannon and a chapter from Samson, who is the dude, the ghoster. And she finds out that in order to go about trying to buy this company, she's gonna have to go through him. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's really cute. It's pretty good at being funny without being corny. There's also a lot of great representation in this. The main female character is a black woman, and the love interest is a Samoan. Is that the right name? I think. If not, editing me, feel free to chime in.
You're good, sis.
I really love the character so far. I love that Rhiannon is really strong about her business. She ain't here to let any man stop her from getting what she wants. While Samson is this just big, giant ex-football player who's an absolute softie. He's basically Jason Momoa. I can't stop picturing him as Jason Momoa. And it's just really good so far. I think I'm about 40% of the way in. My plan today is to just read that. Maybe start editing this video. Chill Sunday.
You'll never see me cry. This is our last goodbye. It's true.
So last night when I went to Target, I was just going there to get myself some popcorn. So classically, I walked out of Target with two other things and not the popcorn. Popcorn was all sold out. One of the other things that I saw there, and I had to get it. The Game of Thrones Oreos. Look how cool that looks. I'm screaming. Oreo did that. There are 3 more episodes left. Episode 4 airs tonight. And I'm not saying that there's 3 sleeves of Oreos and it would be perfect to have 1 sleeve per episode, and that would be really like poetic, but that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm just gonna have 1 sleeve per episode, and these Oreos are gonna hopefully help me survive the end of Game of Thrones. What? I'm just putting my socks on. Are you saying that you'd want to go for a walk? Is that what you want to do? Yes? That's what you want to do? You want to do that? You want to go? You want to go? Yes! Yes! Say, did we get back from our walk and now you're very tired? Yes, you're just a tired girl. You look like a little chicken nugget. I love you. Hello. So it is quite late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. But I just finished The Right Swipe by Alicia Rai, not Ray. I've since learned. I really loved this book. It was so diverse, not only the 2 main characters, but just about every side character. All the relationships were really well written and really fleshed out. The author did such a great job at working in the flaws of the characters and the things that have happened to them in their past and how that is affecting them and their personalities, which just sounds like characters in general. Like that's what characters are, that's what people are, but still, it was really well done. I feel like with romance books, you don't always get the most fleshed out characters. It just kind of focuses on the romance, but this one definitely gives you a really great insight on the characters. Something that I really enjoyed was the discussion on concussion protocol in football and just being hit in the head and what that does to players. I'm a very big football fan, and that's actually been a very big topic in the football community. As a football fan, I just really appreciated that because it felt very relevant to today, while never going like too into the topic to where people who don't give a shit about sports are like, I do think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 just because it didn't quite get to 5 stars. I've noticed that I've been very picky with my 5 stars lately, and especially with romance, I feel like I really just want to be blown away. I'm tired of holding the camera, so we're gonna deal with this angle for a minute. But the sort of small issues that I had that kept it from being a full 5 is that 1. Okay, before we get a little serious in the next clip, can we talk about how much of a floating egg I look like right now? Okay, thank you. There's a discussion in the end, which, trigger warning for, you know, mentions of sexual abuse slash sexual harassment sort of thing. There's a bit of a storyline that dips into that at the end of the novel, and it was kind of hinted at throughout, but I think it could have been more shown throughout the entirety of the novel instead of just feeling like something that was tacked on at the end. I felt like it could have been a little better integrated. And also, and this is like a very minor thing, is that I think sometimes it would stress how much of a sort of badass independent woman Rhiannon is, which I'm all for, but I think there were times that it sort of told us those things more so than it showed. And so there were just a few times where I was like, okay. But otherwise, that's it. I really loved it. 4.5 stars. Highly recommend picking this up when it comes out. I think it releases sometime in August. So I've been waiting to wrap up this vlog for when I finish this book. I know I didn't have to, but I don't know. Part of me just sometimes has a trouble ending my vlogs if I have books left open, which is so dumb, but you know, we're working on it, okay? But I am gonna end this vlog here now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!